Five of Wands starting out. Okay. Six of Wands. Strength. Oh boy, you've had to muster up a lot of energy lately to survive some kind of scenario that is not working for you. But you've gotten through it, and now you're being chosen for something. King of Pentacles. Look who's choosing you, too. The King of Pentacles is liking how you handle things in life. There might be something here with that. The Strength card in the King of Pentacles is giving me a vibe of someone that sees you as a survivor, someone that sees you as very strong, someone that knows how to handle adversity with grace. You're graceful. And this person is liking what they see with you, and that's why they're picking you for something. You don't get that a lot, especially when someone goes through stressful times. It really shows what a person is made out of. Four of Swords. Especially if you've been duped, especially if you've been manipulated. Yeah. When you can still handle that with your own strength and grace. Like, there's a style to you with how you handle adversity. And that's special because, you know, I don't know if you've ever had a friend or a partner or a family member where you thought they were a certain way, you know, because they would always act appropriate in life when everything's going well. But when something changes and they can't handle it and they just fly off, you know, they just like completely change personalities, and you see a side of someone that you've never seen or even thought that they would be like, it could change your point of view on someone, good or bad. You know, like you could see someone that is like more of a ride or die kind of energy, which is the energy that I'm getting from you. You're kind of a ride or die. You're like, all right, let me light my theoretical cigarette and put on my combat boots. I'm going to war, right? And I'll go to war for my friends and family and people that I love as well. And that includes you. You love yourself, and you'll go to war for yourself, whether you have a battalion behind you or not. But it looks like there was a war against you, and you handled it with grace still, as much as you can. Granted, everyone makes mistakes, everyone trips and falls, 333 on the clock, but you handled it in a way that showed somebody your true colors in a good way. And now someone sees your soul and what you're made out of. You're very stable in your approach. Like, everyone would want you on their team. If they're going through hard times, they'll want you on their team because you know how to handle the bad and the ugly, and not stoop down to that level, not accept it either. The Moon. It looks like someone or a group of people here have manipulated you or duped you. I keep hearing you've been duped, but you didn't say it. You didn't call them out on it, which is hard to do because everyone wants to point a finger and be like, you did this to me. You hurt my feelings. You stole this from me. You triangulated these people against me. Whatever it was that they were doing that was definitely wrong. You didn't say a word, and you just dealt with it because you were too focused on dealing with the problem, and you weren't like making it public as much. Not to say that you're not allowed to when you heal. Sometimes part of the healing process, after you go over all the anger and, all the things that you have to deal with personally, your last step might be to share your story when you're ready to. And sharing your story to the rest of the world opens yourself up to vulnerability, but you won't be vulnerable because you know everything, every which way about the story, about how you got there, how you survived, and how you made it through the other side. And your story might help heal someone else, or it might inspire somebody else to get back on their feet when they get knocked down, or when they feel alone or isolated, when they're bullied or they're taken advantage of themselves. You can be a beacon of hope, 555 on the clock, or an example of how winners win with grace, even. Like, you have a style to you that people can look up to. 10 of Wands. You had to do it all by yourself. All by yourself. It was a lot. It was a heavy load to bear. It was a heavy load to bear, and you did it by yourself. So you deserve a standing ovation. Maybe write a book one day. Maybe write a story, a poem, or just speak your truth eventually when you feel like it. But you're going to be an example to other people of how you don't need other people sometimes. Everyone always goes on to saying, you can never do it alone. You need people around you, all this stuff. And that can be true for sure. There's always magic with, more heads than one, right? But say you didn't have that choice in life. You were given the cards that you were dealt, and all the cards were bad, right? And you didn't fold, though. You just played your hand, and you had to do it alone because everyone around you was toxic. So you can do everything that you need to do to get yourself where you need to be by yourself. It's not to say that you always have to be alone doing things. It doesn't mean that you always have to be alone to, succeed. But you have the ability to fix your problems by yourself. If you do the right research, if you do the right things, right? And it's not easy. It's a heavy load to bear. 6 of Cups, Judgment, and the Ace of Cups. So now you're thinking about your past and all the past relationships that you've had and how you've gotten to where you were, right? And there's a lot of nostalgia here with that. You're like just kind of reflecting on what happened. How did I get here? And who are all the people that I need to reflect on, good and bad? But it looks like someone from your past is coming back to give you like a message of love, of hope, a new chance at love with the Ace of Cups here. So there might be someone from your past that you maybe overlooked, or you were too busy in your own issues, your own, traumas, your own problems that you're trying to work out, that kind of slipped through the cracks, slipped through your fingers, you slipped through theirs. It just wasn't the right timing. It doesn't have to be a love, like romantic relationship. It could be familiar. It could be a friendship. But someone from your past is coming back to kind of reassure you that you are stronger and that they believe in you. So that's nice when you feel recognized, for all the hard work that you've done. You feel like no one sees the struggles that you go through, or, what you've been through really, because you haven't spoken on it very much. But someone has been watching you, or they know your story and they know what you've been through, and they want to tell you that it's cool. You're coming in, Chariot. So it looks like there's definitely going to be someone resurfacing from your past that's going to come in and basically say to you, they're going to give you accolades, and they're going to be like, damn, I can't believe, I just can't believe your strength. I can't believe what you've gone through, and you're still kind, right? That's another thing. Like, a lot of people like to make excuses for their bad behavior by saying, oh, well, I came from a bad past. yes, hurt people, right? And you learn bad behavior through example most of the time, but it's not an excuse for you to do it. That's where people lose it. There's a lot of good people out there that have gone through horrible situations, and they never ever have taken that hatred and put it on somebody else. And that's where the good people divide from the bad people. And some people fall through the cracks and they just suffer, and they can't get out of whatever, cycle they're in. And you just have to pray for them, but it doesn't make it right. It still doesn't make it right. There's never an excuse to hurt somebody. There's never an excuse to hurt people, animals, the environment, to be a bad person in any way, just because you've gone through something hard yourself, okay? It takes a lot of strength to be a good person, to have optimism, to be kind to others, especially when others have not been kind to you. They've been cruel. 11:11 on the clock. So this person is seeing that in you and being like, damn, you've gone through so many horrible situations. You didn't have anyone on your side for so long, but I see what you did here, and you're still kind. And those are the people that should be celebrated, because they break traumas. They break generational traumas. They break cycles from happening, because if we just use the excuse of, well, bad things have happened to me, so I have an excuse of robbing, stealing, manipulating, whatever it is, right? You continue the cycle, and it never stops then, because the world is a scary place, and there are bad things just as much as there are good things. So are you going to be the one to break the cycle? You are. And someone's coming from your past to tell you that they see you and they believe in you, and they respect you for it. It's hard. It's definitely hard to do it alone, because you just feel like no one sees your struggle, but you've never made it public to get attention, like the wrong attention. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Devil. You really had to work out your inner traumas by yourself. And again, it's like people can flip from the dark to the light to the dark so fast. And it really shows what someone's made out of when they're put under pressure, because they don't have time to think about it. They just have time to react. And that's what shows a person's heart inside, a person's soul. And you were given that chance. The devil was tempting you, and you didn't take it, because you're a good person and you work in the light. You are someone of the light, meaning you have white energy around you, and you believe in love, and you believe in kindness, and you believe in treating people with love, because there's so much suffering here in this world. And you decided, like, I could go this way and I can go that way in life, and I'm not turning into the dark. I'm not doing that. And this is what you get in return. The Ten of Cups. That is your justice. And it always comes when you almost like give up on the hopes of you ever being rewarded, or getting good karma. You fought so long alone that you almost give up the idea of anyone being on your side, because you've always had to be alone. You've always had to do it alone, and no one ever believed you, right? So you kind of gave up on having anyone on your side, because you're like, you know what? It is what it is. I just have to deal with it myself. But now, since you've beaten the devil at its own game, and you've said no to him, her, it, you said no to dark energy or temptation to go to the dark side of life. You stayed true to yourself. You stayed light. You stayed truthful. You stayed loving. And you never spread your trauma onto other people. And through that, you get the Ten of Cups, which is basically hitting the lottery in life of being like, you know what? You're a good soul, and you deserve love now, and you'll get it. So there is some love coming in for you. It might be from this person from the past. Someone from your past might actually have feelings for you, but you're going to get the feeling that you've always yearned for. Page of Cups. Okay. So we have the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. So it looks like someone's going to come towards you. This person is going to, you know, they're going to go slow with you because, again, they're tiptoeing in because they see that you're kind of like a hurt bird, or that you're delicate still. Even though you're rough and you know how to handle life and you're very strong, but your soul is delicate, and you fought for that to remain as such. So this person is going to give you a little bit of a opportunity to show you how they feel about you, but it's going to be slow, which is good because you should take things slow in life. If someone rushes you into a relationship, a marriage, living together, having a baby, like really fast, you have to step back, okay? You have to step back, because anyone that truly respects you will give you the time that you need. It doesn't matter what excuse they give you. If someone pressures you into something really fast, they don't give you a timeline that's very long to make a decision. There's manipulation at play here, okay? But this person is not going to do that. This person's going to be like, take your time, as much time as you want to decide, but I just want to tell you this and that. So that's beautiful. So whoever's coming in from your past is going to be a good egg. They're going to have good energy to them. They're going to give you, here's some balance. They're going to give you some balance, right? It's like balancing out the good and the bad. You know, there's something about singing, humming, using your vocal cords. Even if it's just talking with someone that you know that you can trust. When you speak, you use your vocal cords, your throat chakra, and you keep your throat chakra open. You know, you say how you feel, right? You don't lie, and you speak the truth. There's a weight, there's a burden that comes off of you, right? Have you ever had to, you know, been pressured to tell someone something and you've been holding in for so long, and then as soon as you finally let it out of your mouth, you're like, oh, I'm so relieved now over this. I'm so relieved that I said it. So it's either you or this person that's going to feel like that. Maybe this person's been holding it in for some time and now they're going to try and tell you. Or it might just be to sing and open up your vocal cords to keep your throat chakra active, because just the pure vibration will cleanse you and keep you open. You know, it's a very stress relieving exercise to sing on many levels. So if you're a singer, or you're, you know, someone that just likes to sing in the car or something like that, it doesn't even matter if you're good or not at singing. It's just about being able to use your vocal cords. And it's going to help you raise your vibration with that. But I think there's going to be a conversation here with someone from your past that's going to help raise your vibration of being like, feeling seen, and also someone's going to acknowledge you for all the hard work that you've done so far in your life. And they're going to tell you that they see you and that they admire you for it, and that they also kind of like you on the side.